your CIG TV News Brief, community headlines and weather forecasts. I'm Donna Bush. Just weeks after the world learned of the COVID-19 or coronavirus and persons with the virus have been reported in the region, many questions are now being asked by residents in local communities. Today we hear from leaders in the Cayman Islands who have answers to some of the most concerning questions.
I really don't think there is going to be much time before the World Health Organization, the WHO, declares this to be a pandemic, because it is clearly an epidemic in many countries around the world. This means that everybody in the healthcare sector right across the world, Cayman is no different to any other country, are really ramping up everything they're doing with regards how to manage this condition. And I think actually the Cayman has been working on this consistently for the last few weeks and hard for the last few weeks. And our efforts have already been commended by the Pan American Health Organization and Public Health England. So my hat's off to the teams for getting their acts in order, and we're working even harder at it now.
Of course, with something of this magnitude, it's not just a health issue anymore, it's a multi-agency issue. So the National Emergency Operations Centre is critical to ensure that it's a coordinated hub. We're working together for the right reasons and making sure that everything's being looked after. You know, when you think about this being an issue, we live on an island, so there's issues with, obviously, border control, there's issues with shelter management, there's issues with food security. We want to make sure that we have the correct resources on the island. So the National Emergency Operations Centre is a really good coordinating hub, and we have 17 emergency support teams that all bring their own expertise to the table. So there's about 50, 60 people in that room, and they're all bringing a lot of expertise to make sure it's a multi-agency approach.
If you start thinking about, for example, our ports of entry, public health have been working very closely with departments such as our CBC to make sure that the teams there know what practical steps that they can take that will be very effective in keeping them safe. Those are things like what we tell the public at large in terms of, general hygiene factors, making sure that you're washing your hands regularly, making sure that you have sort of hand sanitizers and those things that have been available to you, making sure that if you feel ill, you understand what protocols need to be taken for that. And we were also looking already at proactive steps that have been taken, for example, with the travel restrictions that have been adopted. So again, like our civil service and the population at large, we've taken proactive steps to try to reduce the likelihood and the speed at which the coronavirus would reach our shores.
Now, the Ministry of Health, public health officials, and the management of the Health Services Authority have confirmed that at this time there are no cases of the coronavirus in the Cayman Islands. You can watch the entire question and answer session on the coronavirus here on CIG television starting at 8 o'clock tonight, or go online to our YouTube channel.
It gives me great pleasure to present to you our 2020 Tourism Ambassador, Ms. Tiana Gray of Lehman Scott High School.
And Tiana Gray of Lehman Scott High School in Cayman bags the annual Tourism Speak-Off top prize. Coming in second is Denise Sokio of CCC, and third is Nada Levy from Clifton Hunter High School. Now, after the opening ceremony, which included an overview of the rules, 3 students took part in the Tourism Speak-Off finals. All 3 competitors spoke on the topic, equipping our youth to thrive in a changing tourism environment. The students were given 3 minutes to speak on the topic and then had 1 minute to prepare for a speak-off mystery topic. Tiana's winning presentation focused on empowerment, engagement, and encouragement. Now, presenting awards were Councillor David White, Deputy Director of Tourism Product Development Gail Henry, Khadijah Bodden, Miss Cayman Islands Universe, and Executive Director of the Tourism Association, Jay Earhart. We say congratulations to Tiana and the other 2 participants. In a first for the Caribbean, Cayman Islands Postal Service Deputy Postmaster General, Operations and Human Resources, Ms. Melissa Martinez Ebanks, was elected to the Express Mail Service Cooperative Board at its General Assembly held recently in Bern, Switzerland. At the meeting last month, which was also attended by Cayman Islands Postmaster General Ms. Sheena Glasgow, Ms. Martinez Ebanks became the first person from the Caribbean who's been elected to the EMS Cooperative Board in its 21-year history. EMS is the a courier product of the postal industry for documents and merchandise. The EMS cooperative was set up at the 22nd Congress of the Universal Postal Union held in Beijing, China in September of 1999. It was held to promote enhanced support among members responding to her accomplishment. Ms. Martinez-Ebanks said the opportunity to contribute at this level and to represent the perspective of a small island post is a tremendous privilege. We say congratulations to her as well. Now for a check on other community stories making Radio Cayman headlines today. The Premier says a recent trip to London was, quote, very productive. Premier McLaughlin led a Cayman delegation to London last week for a series of meetings, including a meeting with His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales at his private residence. Now, while in London, Premier McLaughlin also met with Baroness Sugg, the United Kingdom's new minister with responsibility for the overseas territories. The meeting with the new overseas territories minister was also very productive, and the Premier and the minister discussed a broad range of issues facing the Cayman Islands and the UK, including the EU listing process. Now, the meeting with His Royal Highness Prince of Wales focused on a Cayman Islands-based Blue-Green Fund initiative that was introduced to the Prince when he visited the Cayman Islands in March of last year. Meetings with the Minister of State at the Department for International Trade and Chief Strategic Advisor to the UK Prime Minister gave the opportunity to provide key advisors of Prime Minister Boris Johnson with an update of the business done here in the Cayman Islands. Of course, for these and other Radio Cayman stories, you can go online to radiocayman.gov.ky. Turning now to the forecast for the Cayman Islands from the National Cayman Islands Weather Service. Moderate southeasterly winds and slight to moderate seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours. It's all in association with a ridge of high pressure lingering north of the Caribbean. Today's high temperature reached 84 degrees. The low is 74, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers are expected, while the winds are from the east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Sea conditions are slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. For more on local weather, you can go online to weather.gov.ky for the latest forecast. You can also download their app, CINWS. And that ends today's news brief here on CIG Television. If you missed it, you're invited to go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page or the CIG Television YouTube channel. I'm Donna Bush. Have a great night.